In Nebraska, there may not be anything more important to us as gardeners as water. Water is critical for us to be able to do what we want to do in our yards, to have the beautiful landscapes, the lawns, to grow the vegetables, the apple trees. Any of those things are all going to require water. So one of the things that we want to do going into spring, a common question on Backyard Farmer is, how much water should I give my lawn? How long should I water my tree? How long should I water this plant or that plant? And you know, really the answer is it depends. There's a couple general rules though you want to look at. First of all, that you want to make sure that for your lawns that the soil is moist, not wet, but moist down to about 8 inches. And if you have trees and shrubs, relatively newly planted trees and shrubs, you're going to look at maybe 12 inches deep for soil that is moist. How long you water will depend on the type of soil that you have. So if it's sandy soil, it may not take as long, but you'll have to add water more frequently. If it's a clayey soil, you may have to water longer, but you could do it less frequently. So that's why sometimes it's difficult for us to answer that question about how much water should I give a tree, how long should I water this, how long should I water that. I think it's important to use a few simple tools. So I have this long screwdriver. You could use something metal, something long that you can put in the ground to help kind of guide you and let you know what the soil is like. And then you're going to have to look at your landscape and do some experimenting and figure out what parts of your lawn requires more water more frequently than other parts. And you'll then have to come up with your own routine for your yard. So there's not really a simple answer to the question of how long should I water, how much water should something have. I think it's important to keep in mind that, again, that water is a critical resource for us, for all of us, and that it's important not to waste our water. It's important to use it smartly so that we give the plants what they need to thrive, but at the same time we're not wasting water and overusing it, and in the long run causing problems. Some simple things you can use to kind of indicate that water is needed for a plant is if trees or shrubs are wilting, it may need water, but many times that's also an indication of overwatering. So keep that in mind, that if you know you've watered something recently, you may check it again before you add more water. Again, if we've had rainfall, it may already be at a point where it's saturated. So look at your landscape, do some checking, do some investigation, see what your soils are like, and then carefully use that precious resource, water, in your landscape.